To all who come to this reasonably content place, welcome. I'm some jerk with a camera.
Steven Spielberg got tired of working for Universal. Jeffrey Katzenberg got tired of working for Disney. David Geffen got tired of working for his own last name. Spielberg, Katzenberg, Geffenberg. Few forces in the universe are stronger than three powerful Jews who want to be even more powerful here.
So DreamWorks SKG was founded, and finally workers could make decent livings manufacturing dreams. Personally, I get them for free every time I sleep at night, but what do I know?
Not only were these lunatics setting up the first new Hollywood studio in 60 years, they sought to finally challenge Disney at the animated box office. They weren't the first to try, of course, but the other rival studios mostly just copied the Disney formula. Katzenberg knew DreamWorks had to be different, but how? Were they the studio that told the epic tales of history and mythology that Disney wouldn't touch? No. Were they the studio that flipped the cute talking animal trope on its head with faux Orwellian satire? No. The DreamWorks formula eluded them until 2001, when they released the fourth highest grossing film of the year, a resoundingly successful instant classic that won the first ever Oscar for Best Animated Feature. In the words of Katzenberg himself, it defined what a DreamWorks movie could and should be.
Oh, Shrek.
The infamous puerile parody of overwrought, overmarketed, manufactured fairy tales that became an overwrought, overmarketed, manufactured fairy tale. The movie that guided DreamWorks' path as the studio that mocks Disney when not ripping them off, because fuck that studio and its cheesy direct-to-video sequels. We're putting our cheesy sequels in theaters! Yeah, I know these movies still have their fans. I thought the first two were okay, though nowhere near as good as what Pixar was doing those years. But Shrek the Third was one of those sequels that's so wretchedly god-awful it actually ruins all the other movies that dare share its universe.
I feel you, dude. I mean, I'm not trying to get up in your grill or raise your roof or whatever.
I actually saw Shrek the Third for free at an animation festival. I still felt ripped off. I just know I could have cured cancer for good in those 92 minutes. You had blood on your hooves! The legacy of this film truly befits a title that combines the words shit and dreck. After all, it is the film that told Hollywood, let's put Mike Myers in children's movies. Ah! Clown demon!
Is he gone?
Also, let's put Eddie Murphy in an animated movie. Disney would never be hip enough to do that. Really? 3 years earlier? Huh. No wonder Donkey has a dragon fetish.
I don't do that tongue thing.
And most importantly, let's mock Disneyland with its cheesy gift shops and insipid songs and inefficient lines. God, I hate cheesy theme parks.
You mean like at Universal Studios?
Now is he gone? Okay. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, no I don't. But I do know what I'm thinking. Why would Universal even open a DreamWorks ride after Spielberg abandoned them and left them emblemless? Well, have you ever heard the expression, the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest.
We'll kick Disney's dead ass.
So, united in common hatred, the Earth and the Moon collided into each other in an apocalyptic cataclysm. Also, this all-star could get his game on and get paid. Stop cutting to that! Shrek 4D, a 3D movie ride with in-theater effects, opened in May of 2003. And though the film was technically owned by DreamWorks, they agreed to keep it exclusive to Universal Studios Hollywood. And Florida. And Japan. And eventually Singapore. And Movie Park Germany. And Warner Brothers Movie World in Australia. And it aired on Nickelodeon once. And it was shown in UK cinemas with these movies. And it was released on DVD, and on Netflix, and YouTube, and given away free with your breakfast. But other than that, you can only see it by paying to visit this theme park. Stop it! Cut to literally anything but that!
Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah.
I'd like to read the following prepared statement. Dear whoever's editing this, I will find you. I will chop off both your hands with a chainsaw. I will deep fry them. I will force feed them to you. And I will laugh sadistically as you die of cardiac arrest.
Some people call me Maurice.
When is a ride not a ride? At least Back to the Future had the decency to wait for its own closure for a DVD release. And if any ride deserves to be called 4D, it's that one.
You're not thinking fourth dimensionally.
But they didn't just lose one of the D's for this DV. As you may remember, when 3D was the big new thing for theaters and home systems, Katzenberg was one of the biggest advocates of doing 3D right.
If you want to put out a 3D movie, you better put out a quality product or the customers aren't going to go, and they shouldn't.
Well, apparently the man just couldn't wait for Blu-ray. Included free with this DVD were these. I swear to God, these came with it. I did not just put them in here for the gag. This is the quality product we're meant to use to see the adventures leap from the screen. Because DreamWorks' secret plan is to indoctrinate us all into Biff's gang.
Look! How'd he get up on stage?
How the hell can you even see the stage? But gimmicks aside, what about the ride itself? Well, remember... Stupid glasses. Remember when I talked about how effectively the Simpsons ride mocks rides while still being a ride? Well, get ready to abandon all that pesky nuance in favor of a slimy green middle finger pointed in the general direction of Anaheim.
74 gift shops in one ride? What a ripoff! That's 3 whole rides less than this park had when this opened.
Speaking of tortured logic, the pre-show area is littered with medieval torture equipment.
You know, for kids.
Including the 3 little pigs in hot boxes and Pinocchio and an Iron Maiden.
We have kidnapped your biggest stars of 1933 and your biggest star of 1940. No, not Sorcerer Mickey, the other one. The one from Ultron. Yeah. Okay, you lost my place. You have 24 hours to give us back Oswald, or we will use Ultron. Pinocchio! Yes, of course I meant Pinocchio. Yeah. Yes, I'm reading it. Yes, I know you own Marvel. Shut up! We will use Pinocchio to build the pig stick house, and then we'll blow it down. And they'll run to a brick house made of Brickman, a man made entirely out of bricks that we stole from a different studio that you haven't heard of because you're not cool enough. And the trailers for Brickman.
Where the fuck do people keep getting this number?
Meanwhile, back at Facebook headquarters... Okay.
That was easy.
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will see.
Well, that was a fun and fulfilling day. Ah! it worked. Ah! Look, the talking cookie told me to leave. What, suddenly I'm not supposed to obey theme park warnings? Am I supposed to stand up on roller coasters with my hands and arms outside the vehicle? Look, just because a ride is available on DVD and thus easy to review doesn't mean I have to review it, do I? Okay, fine. Let's take you home. I'll pop you in the DVD player. What the? Oh, no, you don't.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining.
Beneath the both of us.
Because I'm free, nothing's worrying me.
Happy now? Okay.
Welcome to Lord Farquaad's castle. Rapid rise!
Okay.
Though, rather a lackluster bunch.
Yeah, you need to tell them a story.
Sure.
You don't know what you want!
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I love that story too. It's so next for my teeth.
Our story!
Oh, so sorry. Been feeling really spaced out lately.
A little short, but still better than the prequels. Good job, JJ.
Then Mirror Mask here shows us clips from the first movie.
Shrek's home was overrun by a horde of fairy tale creatures, banished from the kingdom of Duloc by an evil Lord Farquaad.
You know, a lot has been written about how Lord Farquaad was basically just a Michael Eisner caricature because Katzenberg was still butthurt over not inheriting Frank Wells' job, but does the metaphor really hold if he banishes the fairy tales? Wouldn't Eisner be more likely to exploit them mercilessly and put them all to work in sweatshops making their own merchandise?
Okay, Elsa, we got another huge order of your toys, dolls, pins, marmalades, whatever we can slap your face on, really. People just can't seem to get enough of you. Get cracking.
Master! Master!
What is it, Gurgi?
Does anyone want any more matches of me?
Every day you ask that question, Gurgi, and every day the answer is no. You're free. Go jam with the country bears or something.
Could Gurgi make someone else's matches?
Characters must only make their own merchandise. My decisions have made this company a victim of its own success, and you will all follow suit! Damn it! Elsa banished herself again!
Let it go!
Shut up! Aurora, don't use the spinning...
Yes, who could forget this diminutive tyrant? The movie that preached tolerance towards everyone still had to say, fuck short people for some reason. Then he was eaten by a dragon and the protagonists lived happily ever after, right? Oops, you idiots! He's a ghost now!
What? You thought these characters couldn't turn into ghosts? You thought death meant something? You actually thought that just because there's no ghosts in any of these movies that there'd be no ghosts in any of these movies? You stupid living.
Hell, in Shrek the Third, they straight up mourned the John Cleese Frog King thing when he croaked, even though apparently he just turned into a spooky ghost they could still talk to. Oh, and by the way, remember the time when they killed the shark in Jaws? Oops, ghost shark! Or the time they killed Hitler in Inglourious Bastards? Oops, ghost Hitler! Or the time Gaston basically killed himself in Beauty and the Beast? No one floats like Ghoston, no one gloats like Ghoston, no one crashes a dance and show boats like Ghoston. Or the time when...
Excuse me, do you know where they're holding Dementor auditions?
Lower lot, I think.
Thanks.
No problem. Or the time... Spaz?
Yeah?
Are you a ghost?
Yeah.
When the hell did you die?
Well, there's some debate about that, actually. Authorities are still
You
investigating.
got eaten by Figment, didn't you?
He was hungry! You don't know him like I do! Shut up!
Actually, the prevailing theory is that it was a second dragon on the grassy knoll who ate him backwards through the gassy hole.
Even in death, you can't get rid of conspiracy guy?
That was an illusion perpetrated by the World Bank to stop John F. Kennedy from having sex with the moon.
I believe I can clear all this up.
Oh, dear God.
No, just... Look, Kill Bosby. May I call you Kill?
Who's Kill? My name is Ghost Dad.
and I'm your friendly neighborhood ghost dad.
Dad?
Look, I know you've served me well in my outtake specials and that movie that'll never come out, but, well...
What?
Cosby impressions are no longer funny.
Well, that is a fictition of the literal media. They are always blaming me for the actions of my evil twin.
Look, we'll never get rid of them. They've both been following me since Limbo.
How low can you go?
I didn't even know my dad was sick.
All right, against my better judgment, you can all help me review this ride, but can you at least try to keep it PG rated?
The nicest thing about fucking a goldfish is it's always wet.
I envy the dead.
I'll begin to torture you later. All of you!
And the diabolical Farquaad has cunningly disguised his torture chamber as an ordinary generic theater, that devious mastermind. And the torture itself has been equally cunningly disguised as a whimsical 3D movie. And apart from a couple of fourth wall gags, the movie couldn't have less to do with all of us. Most 3D shows try to use 3D to immerse and involve the guests, or at least make it look like you're watching a stage show, but not since Captain EO has a 3D attraction acknowledged the audience so little. The only thing that even barely makes this a ride is the comfy chairs, which, as you can see, jerk around in sync with the action on screen. But there's no explanation why.
I'll tell you why. The reason Eisner didn't give the job to Katzenberg was because he was saving it for the ghost of Frank Wells.
Well, I personally threw Frank down those wells and he met all my kids and started his own sitcom.
So Rudy was the chick from The Ring?
No. Dead hookers can only hold public office in Canada.
But Mitch McConnell's been dead for 3 years.
There's no such thing as years. My
Yes, they do.
Do you ever get tired of being the straight man?
Are you coming on to me?
Oh, my love, my darling.
So the show starts proper with, what else? A Disney Slam!
And stay in here. The Frog Mafia don't take too kindly to any horning in on our friends' business. Capiche?
And because the seats can jerk around, they figured you're not quite getting your money's worth unless they constantly jerk around. Which, incidentally, is DreamWorks' mission statement.
Illuminati symbol! Illuminati symbol! Illuminati symbol! Shrek is a satanic alien with ties to the amphibian mafia. Stanley Kubrick used real astronauts to fake the year 2001. The lizard people have evolved into lizard wizards in my terrarium. You're in on it. I'm in on it. Every triangle is evil! Question everyone but me!
He seems fun. Can we keep him? So Shrek studies a map of his world, which apparently includes Hogwarts already, because he and Fiona are on their way to their honeymoon. And Donkey's joining them, for reasons I can only speculate.
That's a big one.
Hey man, I hate spiders!
That's right, we're gonna put spooky spiders in our guests' faces. Disney will never ever have the balls to do that. Really? 5 years earlier? Stupid fourth dimension!
You're just not thinking fourth dimensionally.
Right, I have a real problem with that.
Salonius!
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, come on. Whoever heard of a head-did horseman?
Joy, look, listen, don't worry. I got this.
Wrong head.
You picky little bastard.
I learned this from a Gap commercial. So yeah, the plot of this ride is Fiona gets kidnapped and needs to be rescued. Again. And the only one who can rescue Cameron Diaz is a green dude. Again.
Oh, she's just damseling for dollars. She probably faked her kidnapping to interrupt her honeymoon on purpose.
Yeah, I've done that.
I mean, I could be wrong, but she has ovaries and I don't, so I doubt it.
Con guy, you're a class 5 full roaming vapor and she's a collection of ones and zeros.
And those zeros are shaped like vaginas.
When will the women folk learn to quit blibbity-blabbling to the press about their own kidnappings? I mean, in my day,
It was 20 years ago today! And Sergeant Pepper taught the band to play!
All done.
Watch
I hope you're insured!
get
No!